Hello, this is Bill Webb, aka Billy Indiana, coming to you from Moorpark, California. We just moved and I finally got things organized and the new recording area ready. And so today we're going to start off with quite a bit of recording. We're going to do some unboxings and some playthroughs of some games we've been trying to get to. So let's start with some unboxings. These are the games that have come into the collection over the last couple months, and we're going to open them up and show you what's inside the boxes. All right, the next game we're going to open up is Pendulum, which is a Stonemaier game designed by Travis Jones, art by Robert Leask, and as I think everyone that's into board gaming knows, this has been a highly anticipated game. Time conquers all. Lots of different conversations about the fact that it's a real-time game, but it's not a real-time game, and debate about what that real-time means in this game, and how instead of the real-time aspect making it feel rushed and hectic, it's actually a little bit more of the real time making you wait before you can actually perform the functions that you're hoping to play or the game mechanism you're wanting to play. All the contents and pieces listed here. It says in Pendulum, each player is a powerful noble vying to succeed the timeless king as the true ruler of Dunya. Each noble in the game is unique. Players command their workers, execute stratagems, and expand the provinces in their domain in real time to gain resources and move up the forward victory tracks. Power, prestige, popularity, and legendary achievement. Use your time wisely, as the player who has shown themselves the most fit to rule during the final council will be declared the new timeless ruler. Game for 1 to 5 players. I know they've got the Automa Factory that has done that. 60 to 90 minute game, ages 12 and up. So let's open it up and see what's inside this box. All right, we've got our rule book. Oh, it's that nice, really nice kind of linen vinyl finish, and a much thicker book of instructions as opposed to Tapestry, which came with a really thin book. Wow, it's beautiful. Even just the book, it feels nice with the thick linen pages. The art within it also beautiful, and even though it's a thicker book with lots of pages, the font's reasonably big and it's not just jam-packed with text on every page. So yeah, I think that's going to be one that not too difficult to digest. Then we've got the Automa book or I don't know if it's Automa or Automa, but the solo player version. So we've got that manual here, and then we've got the quick reference guide, the setup on one side, and then the different phases and actions on the other side. So that's nice. We've got a few things to punch out here. Timer track, calling the council, and then I'm not sure what these 10 markers are for. And then here's the board game itself. I'll lay this out. All right, so you can see the board. And then yeah, the timers operate here in the green for the green timer, and then I believe here for the black timer, and then here for the purple timer. Yeah, so I don't know too much about the game. I watched a couple of videos just to kind of get a flavor for it to make sure it was something that I thought I'd be interested in. Down here you can see this says it's for the 4 and 5 player form of the game. And then on the other side, we've got this for the 1 to 3 player. It says down here in this corner right there. But pretty similar other than that, at least in terms of appearance and design. So there's the board. These are the player boards, player mats. We can pull those out of plastic and show those with a little bit more close up here in a minute. And then here are the timers. We've got green and black and purple timers. We'll set those over here. See how they run? They are running. And then we've got our meeples. And there's been also talk about whether they should be plastic or wood, and a lot of conversation about that. But in the end, they are plastic, and they do still feel, nice and hefty and solid. They don't feel cheap at all, so I don't think it's going to be a problem that they're plastic. And a lot of people have talked about how they look like Rick and Morty, so interesting with that. Then we've got these. I think these might be the vote tokens, if I remember right from the video that I watched, but got a bag of those. And then I think these are the various different resources that we track. lots of baggies in the bottom to sort things out. And then I think this is that kind of the key element of the game that they designed to make it sort of have its standout element, this nice little token. And I forget the exact name for it, I can look it up, but it is a nice hefty little piece of metal. And then we've got all our cards. So let me unwrap the cards and we'll put a few things under the close-up camera so you can see them a little better. All right, so first up we've got the timer track. So if you choose to play without the timers, you use this to track the timing of the game. And I think they recommend you actually do this for the first round just so you get used to the flow of how you would be needing to think of moving from one portion of the board to another. We've got the call council, and I think this is something that gets triggered at different places in the game when the purple timer gets finished, and then you move on to the council phase, which is an untimed phase, I believe. Then we've got these little tiles here, and I'm not exactly sure what those tiles are for, but I'll figure it out when we read the rules. And then we've got this legendary achievement token, and then our vote tokens down here. So those are some of the features. We'll put some other things under the camera now. All right, so here we can see quite a few of the different plastic pieces. We got our resource cubes here, the yellow and the red and the blue, and those I believe stand for power, prestige, and popularity. And then we've got, I think, the, let's see, what are those called? Those are the VP tokens here. And then we've got these privilege markers, I think. I'm not sure exactly all the tiles. There's privilege markers, there's different achievement markers, and then we've got our grande workers and common workers. And then I think these timers are if you're doing the untimed round version of the game. So all the different kinds of pieces that come in the various colors, just so you can see those a little bit more close up. Now let's take a look at the cards. All right, here are some of the cards. I think these are called the province cards with the map on the back, and then different provinces within that you put under the edge of the board, I believe, and rotate them to give you various advantages and rewards. So really pretty art. And then we've got the player aid cards here, just to remind you of the order of the steps you take. And then I think these are the advanced character cards to help you remember what the characters are doing on the advanced side of the boards, if I'm not mistaken. So information about those player cards. Looks like these are score cards of some sort. And then these, I think, are a combination of different stratagem cards, council reward cards, maybe. They have different backs. Haven't read through all the rules yet, so I don't know exactly the different meaning for the different symbols on the backs of these. And then on the other side, again, iconography to give directions for the meaning of the various cards as you work your way through the game. I think these are the 10 achievement cards. I think these go with that nice metal piece that comes with the game to mark the legendary achievement. So those are some of the cards. And then the last pile of cards here have this kind of back. And this is the Automa materials. So you can play solo. All right. All right, and then last, some of the different boards. This is, I believe, the council board, and so I think the stratagem cards go here. And during that council phase, when there's a call for council, I think that's when that comes into play. And then this is the Automa board to use when you're playing solo. And then the various player boards, individual player boards, and they're all double-sided. So this is Gamble the Briber, and then if you flip it over, Gamble the Insurgent. And it says down here the character is only recommended for experienced players. And so here we've got Bulk the Champion, and when you flip it over, Bulk the Warmonger. And we've got Lysenia the Implacable, and then Lysenia the Alchemist, and Drinkir the Insidious, and then Drinkir the Tyrant, and Mesoet the Justicar, and Mesoet the Pacifist. So different players' boards, depending on which character you choose. So there you have it, the contents of Pendulum. Lots and lots of pieces, lots of things to put together to learn and play this game, but beautiful art, high quality components. A game I've been highly looking forward to. My son and I especially really like Tapestry, and we haven't played a ton of Stonemaier games, but we really like Tapestry a lot. We played Wingspan with some friends of ours who own that game, and that's been some fun. And this is one we're looking forward to. I've not been a real big fan of real-time games, but I've also not disliked real-time games. And this one sounds like it has a really interesting twist to that whole concept. So, based on our past experience with the Stonemaier games we played and that new twist of using real time in a very different way, really intrigued us. And so, we're excited to get this one to the table and give it a shot. So, I hope this video was helpful for you, informative for you. If you liked it, please click on that like button below. And if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button so you can follow along my channel. If you click on that bell, you'll get notifications when I put out other videos in the future. If you have comments about Pendulum, maybe you've already played it. I know I'm a little late to the game when you look at all the other reviewers that are out there, but if you've played it, if you have suggestions for me for my first play, if there's questions about the game or just comments about the game, feel free to leave those below as well. As always, thanks for watching. This is Bill Indiana, signing off. Hello, this is Bill Webb, aka Bill Indiana, coming to you from more pork, more pork, more pork.